My experience in Paso has gone well beyond my expectations. I didn't expect that we would be able to find sources for the flavors that I like so much and have proven successful in the marketplace. So to find more of that really good Cabernet area that fits in is challenging.
That's what's really, gratifying from this relatively young appellation by world standards is not only the success that Seven Oaks has had, but it's also from Paso Robles.
So the unique thing about Paso Robles that we really got into was this diurnal difference.
What that means is in the hottest days of July and August, the temperature might reach 100 degrees Fahrenheit. But the next morning at 6 a.m. it'll be 50 degrees Fahrenheit out in the vineyards. And that cooling really helps preserve the fresh acidity of the Cabernet. Geographically, the Paso Robles appellation is defined by this elevated valley.
We have several main coastal influences. One is what we call the Templeton Gap, which is a break in the Santa Lucia mountain range which allows the cooling winds from the ocean to come in and cool off different parts of the appellation at night. We also have the Salinas Valley to our north. And as the Central Valley heats up and even Paso Robles heats up, that warm air rises, it cools in the cool fog and air coming off of Monterey Bay from the north. So with these two tempering influences, we're able to get nice warmth to properly ripen our grapes, but still maintain that acidity from the coolness of the night. We have very sandy and gravelly soils. That's excellent for Cabernet Sauvignon, which does not like to have much water around its roots. Conversely, if we just move down the hill a little bit, we get into an area where we have more clay in the soils. We've truly made a practice of planting the right grapes in the right place here. Within Paso Robles, we have roughly 1,700 net vineyard acres. Our largest variety here is Cabernet Sauvignon, and that is roughly 1,100 acres of Cabernet. Beyond that, we have almost 300 acres of Merlot, 100 acres of Petit Verdot, 82 acres of Petit Syrah, and then a whole host of other red varieties here in Paso.
The core of J. Lohr's business is our estates tier, certainly, with Seven Oaks Cab being the flagship wine. There are a few other wines in the lineup, including our Los Osos Merlot and Southridge Syrah. These are just great wines in the under $20 segment that really do well, both in retail environment and on-premise in by-the-glass programs.
Our Vineyard Series gives us the ability to take a look at what other people would basically call reserve wines. Most notably, we have our Hilltop Cabernet Sauvignon.
In the J. Lohr Cuvée series, we've created a trio of meritage-style blends reminiscent of the great wine-growing regions of France. And there, the respect for these first-growth wines from these regions is universal, and we've tried to replicate, with a slightly California accent, that style in each of these wines. Cuvée Saint-Y, Cuvée Pomme, and Cuvée Pau.
As far as a sort of personal and family experience, I've been visiting Paso Robles since I was, maybe 8 or 10 years old. Like a lot of vacationers, it was a place that my parents were drawn to, for the water, for the lakes, and all the other activities that surround that in Paso Robles. One of the most interesting things about being a winemaker at J. Lohr is just sort of the instant acceptance that I get, whether I'm on the road or back at home when I'm in Paso Robles, and the street credibility we have in the community there.
We are committed to providing wines that are at once very flavorful, rich, expressive of their given terroirs, but also affordable so that people throughout the country, and for that matter, over 20 countries around the world, can enjoy them.